we are now going to be showcasing High School Gohan. He is infamously known as one of the best World Tournament reward cards we have ever had free to play. And now he is EZA'd. So let's check him out and see what he can do now. We'll go through his details at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be running him under the double 200% Super Saiyan's leader, and we're going to be versing Cell Red Zone. So let's see how well he can tank and how much damage he can output. They really did focus his EZA on a second, third slot units rather than the first slot unit, because he's getting more and more stats when he supers instead of start a turn or receiving an attack, or added more damage reduction. His damage reduction is the exact same as it was from the last pre-EZA. It's just that he got a bigger starter turn defense and then attacker defense on super. So we'll put him in the first slot here. This is a nice little combo, these two World Tournament Gohans. 189,000 defense with 58% damage reduction. He gets raised defense for the turn, I think. And then on super passive as well, which is attack defense at 58%. We are versing Extreme. He can debuff Extreme units, but Cell cannot be a debuff, so we're just going to let it be. And let's see how this goes here. Definitely is really good on the Super Saiyans category, that nice support. We are going to take a super attack straight away. And hopefully he's not going to do too much. 89,000. It's not perfect. Cell is definitely not on the stronger side of extreme bosses. At least we got the stun. Don't know if we really needed it, but that is something that is valued. I think, yeah, he's not going to be that first slot I was expecting. I was hoping a good start would have been to see that double digit, but you can just see already that he was not going to do double digit tanking. I want to see what he does post super, if he can tank the super, but of course I don't know when that's going to happen. So we'll take out this Cell here. I'll just probably stick to this event here because it gives us some room, and then there's the AGL Cell, which could actually pose a threat to us, and see if he can survive that. Alright, so we have the next one. Alright, we get to see that if we don't stun, obviously there is a chance that we can stun. We might be able to see a post-super situation. All of these are stunners. All of these World Tournament units. 4.7 million attacks. That's something I forgot to mention. It's not really that good for damage. He's not really... Wasn't expecting him to do damage, but... it would have been nice if he got like 7 million or something. But 4 million, whatever. And then we're going to take the super attack. It is double digits, so you can see the big upgrade when you do have a post-super situation, which is why I think he's a second, third slot unit now, which is fine because the Super Saiyan category is absolutely cracked, and his main role now is just a support unit that can hopefully keep you alive for in the third slot if there is a Super Saiyan. I think he can do that role. Not the best in the world, but to a solid amount. And then, of course, he's got that Super Saiyan link. Actually some decent links. And, yeah, I think he could be a very good staple for most teams. Or for the Super Saiyan team, at least. He doesn't... Other than that, as like Earthbred Fighters, Hybrid Saiyans, I mean, you could get him as like a nice Beast Gohan support as well. Does have a few categories that are really useful. But the next turn that we are going to see him, he is going to be dealing with AGL. So hopefully he doesn't get us killed. Because one thing I'm very scared of is that type disadvantage situation. Cell does have a high chance to super attack in this first slot. Let's just hope it doesn't kill us. We do have 640,000. The 58% damage reduction, the 100 plus thousand defense. We're still even lowers defense. Whew. 5 million. Attack stat. Don't expect too much. And we did not get this stun there. So, yeah, if you're taking that much from Cell, and Cell, I mean, he has about 1 million super attack. Just imagine an AGL unit that's closer to the 2 million. Now, that's my Goku. So what do I recommend in terms of his hidden potential? I think it's quite obvious. Just maximum dodge. We saw his attack stat. It doesn't really go to a very high. where it's worth the critical. I mean, he has 5 critical anyway, so that's more than enough. And then I would just put everything else in the additional situation, just because he can raise that defense. So in a second, third slot situation, it would be, he can even tank even better when he gets that double super. And if there's that stray super attack that he has to take, hopefully the 20 plus dodge that you do provide him gets him out of that sticky situation. But yeah, even the physical cell, who does hit quite hard, it's doing over 100,000 damage. Which really is nothing at the end of the day if you can tank that for 100,000. If he could tank every super in the game for 200,000 or less, I would be so happy with it. But that is super unrealistic. Alright, let's do the final attack here. I do want him to do the Dokkan mode. So, we'll see what... So, let's do our final turn with him. And then we can jump into his details. We're going to do a Dokkan mode. So, let's see what his max damage capabilities are looking like. Double-digit damage on that. I think he should tank Cell just fine here. Post-super. And we are getting a 5 million attack Dokkan mode. Let's see what it is in total right here. 6.7 million damage. And we're just going to tank double digits right there. Alright. Well, we're probably going to die from this Goku. Unless he dodges, but... It's still a pretty solid unit. It sounds like I'm disappointed, but I think he's actually really good. Maybe I was just expecting him to be really, really, really good. It's because he has that infamous, title of being like one of the best World Tournament units ever. And Goku is going to take a super attack. I think this should be dead here. $339. Not even close. All right. Let's jump into the details now. So here is the details. We have Superclass Leader for 3 key and 77% stat boost. It was 60% pre-EZA. I really wish they just made it 100%. Why are we sticking around 77% here? This is just dumb. He could have been like a really good unit just to have as a Super Saiyan leader as well. Because I'm lacking a good Super Saiyan leader. Greatly raise attack for the turn, raise the defense for the turn, supreme damage, and medium chance to stun the enemy. Gets the starter turn attack and defense 158%, 58% when performing a super. So if he was like 150k defense, So if he was at 150k defense, he is pretty much almost doubling his defense. So he'd be at like 300,000 or something like that. And then on super, he gets 58% attack and defense, reduces damage received by 58%. Super class support for 3 key and 30%. And then this is the kicker. Extreme class enemy, if you're versing one, attack defense 58%, which we did see that. And attacked enemies attack minus 20% for 2 turns. Because it's a starter turn buff, it's not that big of a deal. But obviously, everything counts when you are bringing a free-to-play unit. So let's check out his defense calcs now. So here we are. With the 40% support, we do get, and versing an extreme enemy, we get 218,000 starter turn defense. Yeah, it's like pretty much double per super. Well, on the first super. So it's 448, and then the additional will get him to 552. It's quite disappointing. Like, maybe if we stretch to like 750,000, I'd be even more happier. But you know what? It's not that bad because I'm only versing extreme enemies. Most of the, other than like boss rush movie bosses, most of the extreme bosses aren't doing like 2 million damage yet. It would have been nice if it was a little bit of future-proofing. There's no point in using this guy on Supreme Spectacle Battle or anything like that. So it's doable. It's definitely decent. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want early access to these YouTube videos as soon as I drop them and not having to wait, you can click the first link in my description to become a member or click on the join button. You can get videos as soon as I upload them, as well as getting some other cool perks on this YouTube channel. But with that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next one, peace.